The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
And we're testing the N2 Pro. The hottest camera on Amazon right now. And we're trying to figure out why. So far we've got, I would say, a pretty high mark on ease of use. Setup, very easy. This camera can take a 256 gigabyte card, so if you want to capture a lot of footage over a long period of time without it looping, that's a huge advantage. And this camera will record 1440 at 60 frames per second. So far, what I've noticed from the car, very similar to all the other cameras as far as the interior 1080. Very, very good. I'm wearing a black shirt, and I'm sitting in a car with black interior, gray, black. Grays look more gray, but blacks tend to turn purple because of the night vision. We will check to see how much this camera does that. This does have an auto mode. This camera also will darken. It will auto darken if you have it set up that way. I have it set up for manual darken, so I can go and click on the right menu button. There's two buttons down there. One turns off and on the or the microphone. The other turns off and on the the screen, so you can at night not be distracted by it. And all you get is a slight blue light. this camera is the hottest camera. Over 1,000, oh boy, over 1,000 reviews for this camera on Amazon. Alright, here's a brand new package, just came in the mail, pretty sweet. Let's check it out. Let's see what's in the box. Okay, of course we'll check this manual out. Alright, so let's look inside. These are packaged quite similarly, all the different types. This is here's the sticky tape on there. So here's the front facing camera. This would be facing the inside of the cabin. And here are the lower buttons. Now those, don't be confused that those would be a touch screen. It's not. That represents these lower buttons, and here are the main front buttons right there. And here is the main camera itself. So this is the front facing camera, and it's a 1440 Super HD camera. So this one actually alone will give you 14.4 HD quality video, front only. A USB connection, and we'll be checking that. Looks and I can imagine if you looks like that opens up. Let's see if I can get that puppy. Let's see, reset. I'm looking for the card slot on this one. I'm going to check the manual, but it's a pretty solid feeling camera. It has that silky coating. I'm almost sure this is the access panel here for, yeah, there it is. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, there we go. And this has actually got an HD out. There's an HDMI port out and the card slot.
There we go. That's nice. Please insert an SD card. Okay, we don't have to have an SD card in. So there's the screen for us, the menu. It's a pretty clear screen. So I like that, and it is automatically set at 1080, and I believe to have 1440 front, you need to set it up only 1440 front, and then I believe you cannot have the back camera on. I believe you either have 1080 both sides or 1440 front and either 720 back or no interior camera. I believe that. I'm going to double check that so we know that. Infrared lights. Here's your toggle right there. Files, GPS setup, system setup. You hit OK, and then you get the menus. Hit that back. That's not bad. That's pretty intuitive. Record setup. Hit OK. There's the different record options. Resolution. Let's see if I can toggle through those. Yeah, there's a toggle through. So if I want to toggle back for resolution, I'll say OK. And there are my camera settings right there, if you want to see that. So I've got 250/60 front by 440 at that 30 FPS. 25/60 by 1440, and then 1920 by 1080, and then dual 1920 by 1080, and then it goes from there. So there's my options right there, and it looks like 1920 by 1080 I can get up to 60 frames a second. Go back. That's not bad. Let's go to loop recording. I've already got the menu figured out. I like 3 minutes. I'm gonna hit OK. I like that. This does have a G sensor, an auto recording feature. Put that on. Parking mode. Different exposure settings, so we can go up or down with the EV. So pretty simple. Go back there. Pretty simple menu system. That's not bad. We'll go on there in the GPS setup. Let's see what it does here. I don't have a GPS on. Hit OK. See if it knows. Probably doesn't. It won't know. But there is no GPS. This is not a GPS unit. So go back. I really don't use the GPS, but I always like to test them with it. I always like to look and see if there's any files. But of course there's no card, so this does not come with a memory card. You need to basically get one, but you can get 132 meg. There's your parking, and then emergency. So if you get an emergency issue or you want to set it for parking, you just click on that. I believe you can toggle on and off the audio and so on and so forth. So not a bad menu system. So pretty easy. Okay, there's a system setup. You can set your date and time, language, and just whip right through those. So pretty easy menu system. Go ahead and turn it off. So it even comes a little bit charged. Let's go ahead and peel off that plastic, since we don't mind that that's on or off. And we're going to get this thing ready to go. We're going to go ahead and set it up, get in a car, and we're going to drive around with it. So pretty nice. So for Dad Random, this is the Vantrue N2 Pro. So the Vantrue N2 Pro. And this thing is capable of doing pretty much everything that, if you're an Uber driver, if you're a
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.